Good evening. You're back again with Father on Street Talk, and thank you for letting me into your living room or wherever I am in your house. I might have a camera. I might be able to see what's going on in there, so watch out. Don't do anything X-rated, please. But tonight I got a great show tonight. I got Tam Brea's back with me, and we've missed her a lot. And actually, a lot of people have asked for you where you've been and what you're doing. So she's here to give me trouble. And over on the other side of me, Liz is with me. Elise, and I call Liz, call Lizzie, and then I call her Gabby. Okay, who is anyone who knows is part of the community, our community, and worked with the coalition, and brought us a very great idea and situation that we're involved in. We are now helpful in supporting a transgender group, and we're going to find out about that tonight. And as always, we do a kind of an open, easy show, and I have all my guests with me, and maybe we'll have Liz introduce everybody. I'll let you go and tell us who you have here.
Okay, I have Stacy, Lily, and Callie, who are all members of the group and who also helped start the group, the support group.
Yeah, this is a support group that is interesting, okay? And of course, for a person like me, it is a transgender group. We were talking about this earlier, and right. Stacy was explaining to me what is that and what does that mean?
So transgender is it's an umbrella term that encompasses an entire community of an entire spectrum of individuals, from cross-dressers to transsexuals, and we are really a group of transsexuals at various stages of transition, and sort of that's what our groups is about, supporting us through the various stages of transition.
And we are also open to family members and those people that support us, spouses and various members of our family, friends, anybody that wants to support.
Your group is so anybody can come and
right.
Go work with the group. Come over to your meetings. You have meetings. You have meetings at Home Street. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
right.
and your meetings are what is it?
Every first and third Wednesday.
First and third Wednesday. I know one of the ways you can find out about your group, you can go to my website, nlhome.org, and you can click on the butterfly that's on my front page, and brings you right to the group and find what they're doing and what's going on, right?
Right, and it was very nice of you to allow us to have that on your website. I hope that hasn't cost you too much grief.
No, actually, and no, it's not that you should thank me. I thank all of you, being the naive individual I was a long time ago, to allow me to be able to support you in what you're doing. I mean, that is really a blessing for me. It's not about you needing to thank me. I need to thank you to allow me to learn about things that a lot of people are afraid to learn about, and I know that as a group of individuals, you suffer immensely. Okay, it's bad enough I'm an ex-convict and I've suffered as an outcast. I fear and believe that you suffer far more than I do, in the things that you're struggling to do. And maybe we can talk about that.
It's a tough existence.
Yeah. It can be dangerous, and there are things that we can't do. We have to be careful about where we go.
Yeah.
What time we go there. Who we let know that we're transsexual.
Yeah.
Because we can face violence.
Yes.
How about some examples when you say you have to be careful where you go and what time? What does that mean?
Well, if we're going out with friends, we have to be careful about what kind of bar or restaurant we go to.
Yeah.
If you go to a sports bar late and you attract men who are interested, then they find out that you're transsexual. They can become embarrassed, and things can become dangerous from there.
Yeah, things can get a little troublesome with that kind of stuff.
Yes, men don't like to be surprised
No.
by what we are.
No, it's dangerous to surprise them.
There are certainly a lot of people in this world that would like to hurt us.
Yeah.
I can tell you a little story here very quickly. I won't get terribly long-winded, but I was about 5 months ago, I was in Montreal for some surgery. And I was with some of my friends, the other girls that were there also having surgery, and we were on the metro, which is the subway in Montreal. And it was very, very crowded, but there was a point, and some of the girls I was with were somewhat androgynous. There was a group of hockey players that were, maybe 20 feet away from us that sort of focused in on us, and I could tell just by the way they were looking at us that they had some idea of what we were about, and I was very grateful that the subway was so crowded that they couldn't get to us.
Really?
Because they were obviously very unhappy with our being there.
Yeah.
And so we let them get off, and we went to the next stop. But it was very scary, and nothing really happened, but it was very scary. Very bad things do sometimes happen to transsexuals, just because of who they are.
Has anyone pursued legislation as far as rights, civil rights, to protect you?
That is certainly happening now.
It's pretty big in the media right now. There's a lot of stuff trying to go through to basically give us the same rights as everyone else.
And does your support group have anyone that actively pursues that?
You would, right, Liz? You were working on that. Isn't there a bill in that's
House Bill 5723, which is Gender Identity and Expression Inclusive Discrimination Act. They're trying to get the gender identity and expression into the Discrimination Act as far as employment, housing. And
that's
whatnot.
federal too? That's not the. Is that
No,
the
that's
state?
state.
This is the state.
State.
The state House Bill. What is it? State
Number?
House number
5723.
5723.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something that we need to put up on the web so people can support that. House Bill 5723.
23.
Right. Now I knew there was national legislation that was, and my past old friend from years ago in Boston, Barney Franks, was supposed to be helping author a major bill in Congress, in the Senate, and that had some real controversy, right?
It did. It was the ENDA, which was pretty much the same thing, but on the federal level,
Right.
with the Gender Inclusive into the Discrimination Act. HRC, the Human Rights Commission, was a big part of that, and it didn't get pushed through with the gender identity and expression included.
That was left out. The
That
gender
was left
identity-
out.
Okay. Under compromise, I understand. That's what I was told. Anyway.
Yeah, it was under compromise.
Not
it was. It was able to. They were able to get the bill modified, but they weren't able to get the gender inclusive.
So there's a lot of work.
There's still a lot.
There's a lot of work that you folks have to do
Right.
in this whole area.
But there a lot of employers do have in their employee handbook and their bylaws. They already have the gender identity and expression into their.
Really?